Is the one thing. Last night, I told you that we were on the road to socialism. Some comedy, coming your way. Well, tonight, oh boy, this might not go well. When I finish this story, some may believe we're on the road to the Hitler Youth. Here's the latest example, and buckle up because if you thought last night was bumpy, well, this one's going to be a roller coaster ride. One of my radio listeners gave me this exclusive story just a couple of days ago. I want to play in a minute here the voice of Al Gore. He is speaking to a bunch of teens and preteens at a youth conference on global warming, or as he's calling it now, climate change.
There are some things about our world that you know that older people don't know.
Yeah. I'm going to play more of this tape for you in a minute and introduce you to the 12-year-old who was there recording it because her dad told her to. Her dad will be with us too. But what is the point of all this? Well, as I see it, as a father of 4, you're probably a little like me. You're working hard to raise your kids right, and it seems like everything's stacked against you. In many cases, both you and your spouse are working, and some are working 2 jobs. You get home and you're tired, man. You've been dealing with a screaming boss all day, an economy that's falling apart. Everybody's freaking out, wondering if they're even going to have a job next week. And you got a government that is out of control. You look at it on TV and you're like, what the hell are they doing now? And you're doing it all without any help. In fact, I think you're doing it against everything that's been set up to make your life oh so easy. And now you got the former vice president of the United States and a Nobel Prize winner looking your kid in the eye and telling him, you know what, you know things that your dad and mom don't. Well, try to beat that, mom and dad. What do you know? I mean, you tell me what a 12-year-old knows instinctively that an adult doesn't. I mean, except being able to play Guitar Hero. And if it is true, then, well, why didn't we appoint a 12-year-old to lead the Treasury? I mean, they know things instinctively. We didn't need Tim Geithner. Or how about we appoint a 12-year-old as a new climate czar? Why is it that our Constitution says that the president has to be 35? I'm sure he's trapped in some of that old thinking. Shouldn't we just make sure that at least the vice president is 13? The government and its friends are indoctrinating our children for the control of their minds, your freedom, and our choice, and our future. It must stop. Because history, when properly taught, has already shown us where it leads. This is what Nazi Joseph Goebbels said about the Hitler Youth. If such an art of active mass influence through propaganda is joined with a long-term systematic education of our nation, and if both are conducted in a unified and precise way, the relationship between the leadership and the nation will always remain close. Well, what's next? If mom and dad decide to keep the temperature above 72, should our Gore youth report mom and dad? Should they also report spankings and groundings every time daddy comes home and watches that evil Fox News? Environmentalists, along with everybody else looking to promote an agenda, understand what the drug dealer understands instinctively. And he's not 12. And that's this. Get kids hooked when they're young, and you will have a customer for life.